back to our Kings related YouTube channel and this recap of the Kings 127 118 overtime win Sunday night in Phoenix against the Suns. Get straight to the end of this game. The Kings played a near perfect overtime session where they scored 16 points and were 7 of 8 from the field. And they were led in that fourth quarter and overtime by their two stars, DeMar DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox. And you're seeing the vision of what this Kings team had in mind when Monty McNair made this move in the offseason to get DeRozan in that sign and trade there in free agency. DeMar DeRozan was clutch for this Kings team in this fourth quarter / overtime session. Slow start again for DeRozan. 8 points in the first half, but he turned it on there, as I said, in the fourth quarter and in overtime, and he finished 34 points, 14 of 25 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. De'Aaron Fox was huge as well, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists for Fox, and 10 of his 11 rebounds were defensive rebounds. So De'Aaron Fox getting it done on the defensive end, and Foxy was clutch in that overtime session for the Kings. Kevin Huerter, big for the Kings here in this game. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block for Kevin, plus 5 of 9 from the 3-point line for Kevin Huerter. 6 defensive rebounds for Kevin in this game. He was huge for the Kings. Sabonis, regular occurrence, double-double, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists for Sabonis in this game. Sabonis did foul out with around 2-something minutes left in that overtime session. So I saw the Kings did not have, but they did go to that small ball lineup with Trey Lyles at the 5. We saw that quite a bit in this game tonight with Trey at the 5 in this game. It was a little rough from the rebounding perspective, but the Kings did win the rebounding total over the Phoenix Suns in this game. 57 to 48 in favor of the Kings. Fast break points. Kings were on the go in this game. They won the fast break points 18 to 12 over Phoenix. Still did not shoot the ball well from 3. They were 11 of 37, but half of that was from Kevin Huerter, who was 5 of 9, as I mentioned. Points off turnovers. The Phoenix Suns had 31 points off of the Kings, 14 turnovers in this game. If you want to look at a glaring sour note of this game, it might be that 14 turnovers for the Kings. And also another sour note, Malik Monk left this game in the second quarter where he sprained his ankle. And I would be very surprised if we see Monk tomorrow night, as the Kings have a game second night on a second night of a back to back in San Antonio. So I'd be very surprised if Monk played tomorrow. We did see Doug McDermott, who got 10 minutes of action in this game, only scored 3 points. Not much from Doug McDermott in this game, but Keegan Murray, double double for Keegan, 14 points, 14 rebounds. Did not shoot the ball well from three, just two of six, but he had 13 big defensive rebounds in this game. This is a big win for the Kings to get it. The Phoenix Suns, they were on a winning streak. The Kings snapped the Suns' winning streak tonight, and to do it to begin this road trip on the first night of the back-to-back at a place that's usually a tough place to play in Phoenix. And yeah, Phoenix did not have Kevin Durant. You're not gonna have they're not gonna have Kevin Durant for what, at least 2 weeks or so with the calf strain. But you still have Devin Booker, who's always a tough matchup for the Kings. Booker had 23 points, 12 assists in this game. You got Bradley Beal, who finished 28 points, 8 rebounds for Beal, and Tyus Jones, who I thought one of the most underrated moves of this past offseason, to get a true point guard for Phoenix. Tyus Jones finished with 22 points in this game. I thought Mason Plumlee off the bench for Phoenix was huge. 11 rebounds, 6 assists off the bench. Plumlee did start in the second half for Phoenix. Nurkic did not play in that second half. I think it was an ankle injury for Nurkic. So, but this is a big win for the Kings on the first night of a back-to-back where you did it with your stars. The Kings have star players. You did it with DeMar DeRozan coming up clutch, and De'Aaron Fox. And you got other help to go around. Not much from the bench. The bench is going to be an issue, I think, this entire season, but you got to get production from this bench. And I'm going to continue to point this out. De'Aaron Fox, as I mentioned, this is a first night of a back-to-back. They play Monday night in San Antonio, and we'll get to that in a moment. But Fox played 40 minutes. Kevin Huerter played 34 minutes. Sabonis, 38. Keegan Murray, 42. DeRozan, 42 minutes. That is not sustainable in an 82-game season when your key guys are playing heavy minutes this early in a season. You got to start getting production from your bench. And then tonight, you got Monk, you got Keon Ellis, Doug McDermott, Trey Lyles, Jordan McLaughlin for a minute. You have 5 guys that play tonight. Who knows about the availability of Monk tomorrow night? Keon Ellis, 28 minutes, 6 points off the bench. Trey Lyles, 8 points, 6 rebounds. I thought Trey Lyles had a big-time 3 in the corner in the second half. But still, I don't think he looked great in this game. But you got to get more production from this bench. And I thought coming into this season, that was going to be an issue for this Kings team. And it is an issue. Plus, you got the 3-point shooting, which is an issue. I pointed this out earlier. 11 of 37 from the three. 29%. You shoot under 30%. So you got this win, big win to start um this quick 2 game road trip because you see the same Suns team Wednesday night back here in Sacramento. But this is a big win to get on the road uh, on the first night of a back to back because you're facing a San Antonio Spurs team tomorrow night, and that's a sneaky team. Um, because you got Wemby, of course. You got our old friend Harrison Barnes. You got the rookie Stephon Castle. You got the point guard and CP3. You got Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. Um, it's not going to be easy, especially this being the second of a back to back. You played in overtime, and you may be without Malik Monk. Who knows? But if you can go into San Antonio and take this game, that is huge for this Kings team to win both these road games before you come home on Wednesday night to take on the Suns. So the Kings win in overtime, 127-118. They are now 6-4 on the season, and they play the Spurs Monday night. Tip off 5 o'clock. So hopefully they can get another one before they come home Wednesday night. But before we wrap up here, just a look around the association tonight and some of the other games that went on. You got the Boston Celtics on the road getting a victory over the Milwaukee Bucks, 113-107. Is there a little panic in Milwaukee? They are now 2-8. So if you're a Bucks fan, 10 games into this season, they haven't looked all that great. I know you're without Chris Middleton, but Doc Rivers, since he's been the coach of Milwaukee, he's got a 500 record as the head coach of Milwaukee. Golden State, after getting their ass kicked in the last game in Cleveland, they bounced back with a huge road win in Oklahoma City, beating the Thunder 127-116. And that is Oklahoma City's first home loss of the season. And now Golden State's now 8-2 here as through 10 games of the season. You got the New York Knicks falling to Indiana 132-121. You got the Miami Heat getting a big road win in Minnesota by 1, 95-94. The Nuggets beating the Dallas Mavericks by 2, 122-120. And I'll say this about the Mavericks. I've seen a couple of Maverick games. The Mavericks don't look all that impressive from what I've seen. I know Luka's been banged up here, but they haven't not liked what I've seen from Dallas here this early in the season. You have the Grizzlies blowing out Portland and Sunday night, and then you got the Philadelphia 2-point win over the Charlotte Hornets, 107 to 105. And I thought LaMelo Ball had a huge clutch basket in this game for Charlotte, but Philadelphia holds on to win this game by two. Um, just some of the action here around the NBA on this Sunday night. Um, that would do it for this recap of the Kings 127 118 overtime win against the Suns. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up goes a long way here on the algorithm that is YouTube, and catch you right back here Monday night for another recap following the Kings Spurs game. And don't forget, go Kings and light a team. We'll see you Monday night following the Kings game. Thank you.